So as I do every day in the afternoon, I log into Twitter, I pull up the articles from The Athletic, and I start researching and seeing video topics. And I noticed that there was something very, very tragic that took place. And that's Rashawn Slater was carted off. You could tell he was immediately in pain, couldn't put weight over on that left leg. Now, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to speculate what his injury is. Is it a sprain? Is it a tear? ACL? I don't know at the end of the day. By the time you guys are watching this video, it's probably out already what happened, and we'll see the severity of it. But if Slater does end up missing time for the Chargers, as dark as this sounds, the season's basically over. I mean, it's difficult enough to be able to win in the NFL, but without, maybe the best player on the entire roster who just signed a huge extension, the highest paid one we've seen in the history of the game, protecting Herbert's blind side. I mean, the offensive line is already the biggest weakness of the team. Of course, with Zion and Bradley Bozeman both coming back, Mekhi Becton hasn't practiced in over a week to this point. He was supposed to be sort of like the glue guy to get that going. Of course, you got Joe Alt over on the right side. But offensive line is the most important thing in football, and you can't lose a guy like Slater. So I'm hoping, like, best case scenario, this is a sprain and he's going to be able to return. But week one is right around the corner, guys. I mean, today is August 7th. The game against the Chiefs is September 5th in Brazil. That's less than a month away. The Chargers, of course, are going to have to travel. It is technically a home game. It's just absolutely crushing. And hopefully, I can make an update video when we do get some clarity, because I did decide to wait an hour on this. I could have made it right away and like overreacted, but an hour later, there's still no update. So we'll kind of have to wait and see. But the question is, who would actually fill in for Slater? And as someone who covers the Chargers every single day, I couldn't even tell you. I mean, of course, like Jamari Sawyer as a guard can sort of move around the line. Now, Trey Pipkins immediately comes to my mind. Pipkins the third probably would slide over there. Ryan Nelson on ESPN is listed as the backup left tackle, but Pipkins does have the experience. Andre James isn't going from center to left tackle, so we can kind of cross that off. Just a huge, huge downgrade. You're going from an all pro, literally all pro left tackle, to a guy last season who struggled when given an opportunity. And we haven't heard anything about Pipkins as well this summer. I don't think I've even mentioned his name once. I have mentioned Jamari Sawyer's name, who's sort of been a slept on breakout guy. He's looked great during camp. It's just one of those videos you never want to make. And of course, it's not like, oh, well, Slater's a star. I mean, anyone on the Chargers going down with an injury like this is devastating. But of course, just given the fact that Slater got extended, given the fact that just 2 days ago, of course, Keenan Allen ends up coming back to the Chargers at 33 years old, man, after playing a year in Chicago. It just seems like the Chargers can never have any nice things. And this is what I've noticed since covering this team back in 2020. Imagine being a lifelong diehard Charger fan your entire life and having to go through this over and over again. It seems like when everything's on the right path with Jim Harbaugh and his staff and his crew, Justin Herbert had a career last year. I get struggled in the playoffs. Everything sort of seemed to be meshing together, and the Chargers had optimism for the first time in a while after an 11-win season, of course, got into the playoffs, and against a tough Texans team, they fell short. Seemed like this was going to be the year, and then Rashawn Slater goes down. So hopefully the gods are on our side for once in my life and can give us some good news for Slater, because, man, it's going to be difficult for me to even talk Charger football the rest of the year knowing that Slater isn't out there. It's not the same. Hopefully, of course, the guys can sort of rally around this and say, hey, look, we lost our guy, but we're going to do it for him. We're going to go out there and win for him. I mean, that's definitely on the table, but let's check and see if there's any new update, because I had to go get my equipment and come upstairs and set up and things like that. So by then, maybe there is an update. Yeah, let's take a look at this. An article came out 3 minutes ago from NFL.com. See if they have any updates. I was in on the play, so I turned around and he was down. I didn't know what happened. Keenan Allen said Slater's teammates came up to hug him before he was taken away. We're praying for him, man. We hope he's doing well. Tuli Tupelotu said that's just something you don't want to see. And Tuli was bull rushing, of course. It was a 3-man protection, and he just sort of bull rushed in on Slater, and he was just sort of stumbled back and tripped and went down. I mean, yeah, I mean, we're 2 weeks removed from that just multi-year contract extension, like I mentioned. Let's see, yeah, there's nothing. So I guess we'll kind of end it on that. I don't really see a reason to drag this on to try to like make more revenue. I mean, this is bigger than football, man. This is, my guy, RASHAWN Slater, and I hope he's okay, bro.